Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail here. Get to spend a little time with the C7 today. So we're going to replace this stock grill. It's just a satin ugly mess. So what we're going to change to is a Z06 C7 grill that is painted in carbon fiber flash. First thing we have to do is remove the splitter that we just installed. No big deal. No big deal at all. We just need to elevate the front of the car. If you're using jack guys, always use jack stands. Best to use a lift. You don't really even need anything at all if you have a stubby screwdriver, but let yourself a little bit of room. So we have the splitter off of there. Now we have quite a few bolts to remove. Two 10 millimeters back there, and we have a couple 9/32 up front there. So we're going to remove all of those, and then we can slide out the skid plate, and that's all those bolts hold up. And that will give us access to 5 bolts that actually keep the bottom of the bumper attached to the car. So we'll remove all those as well. With all those removed, we can jump to the top of the car, pop the hood, and we have these little plastic trim corner pieces here. We need to remove those so we can get to a few bolts. There's one hiding down in there, and there's also one on the driver's side. Okay, those are gone, so we can now work on 2 plastic rivets at the top here. We could use one of these plastic pry tools from the 11-piece pry removal master kit. All you need to do is pry up the center pin, and the whole plastic rivet will remove as a whole. Don't lose them. Working from top to bottom, we can jump to the inner fender well. We have 3 T15s to remove. Jump in the car, turn the steering wheel to the left. That'll get the tire out of the way. Enough room to get a drill in there. Jump over to the driver's side, turn the wheel to the right, get the tire out of the way, and repeat once more. Next step, if you're standing right in front of the headlight, to the left, you're going to have 2 clips. To the right, you're going to have 3 clips. They both need to be popped up. Pull those towards you. Next, we want to pull and pry the front bumper away from the inner fender well so we can get enough room, get our hand in there, and separate the wire from the parking light. Not necessary, but best to get a helper on the other side and pop the bumper off by pulling it straight forward away from the car and onto a nice, safe, padded workbench. Alright, from here we just have about 15 plastic clips and 2 bolts to remove, and this grill will come out. It completely astonishes me how much dirt gets up in this area, but this will have to be detailed before we put it back on. Clips are loosened up a bit. Let's remove the two 10mm bolts, and the grill will come out the rest of the way. Out with the old, in with the new. Doesn't get any easier than this. Snap it back in, replace the 10mm bolts. With everything installed and tightened up, carry it back over to the car and carefully set in place. Snap it back into place around the headlights on both sides. There are just 2 or 3 plastic clamps on either side, and you can tighten up the bolts from there, starting from the top and working your way down to the bottom. Replace the plastic trim. Attach the wires for the parking lights once again. Turn them on, make sure they work before you button the bumper back up again. Once again, insert the 3 T15s. Grab the splash pan, set it back up into place, and time to put all those bolts back up there again. Now it's time to install the splitter again. And now we have the before and afters. Now I'm satisfied for a day or two, so I open up the next box and see what else we can install on this. Gives it a nice sporty look. It can breathe a little bit better. The carbon flash matches the rest of the trim, and also the splitter and the side skirts. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Catch you guys in the next video.